Good day. This course devoted for the all educational master's program, methods and tools of critical thinking in art, created by me, Professor Khalykovs. I'm a professor of department scenography, and I'd like to share with you a presentation. Yeah. Let me introduce about this course. The course introduces undergraduates with their theoretical and practical approaches of modern critical thinking. Here we'll try consider artistic and creative processes. Make a focus on your research topic. Critical thinking is a cognitive process and skills that involves analyzing, evaluating, and interpreting information thoughtfully and systematically. Little bit about the systematic plan by discipline, methods and tools of critical thinking in art. This is 15 weeks and 15 themes, but we can read about 10 lectures for this period. And first is introduction, critical thinking, basic concepts. And the purpose of this lecture, study of theoretical and methodological foundations and principles of critical thinking. There are some keywords: critical thinking, information, thinking, knowledge, criticism, reflection, doubt, proof, refutation, and last one is argumentation. Definition of critical thinking, a comparative analysis. We are talking about criticism and critical thinking. What is the differences between them? Knowledge and thinking. Essential and distinctive features of analytical thinking. Here, critical creative thinking as the ability and desire to evaluate different statements and make objective judgments based on well-founded evidence. Anyway, critical thinking as an intelligent, reflective thinking focused on deciding what to believe and what to do, according to the Bros, David Wood. The art, especially the art of thinking about how you think, when you think about thinking clearly, preciously, meaningfully, consistently, and art of constructive skepticism, the art of detecting and overcoming prejudice and one-dimensional thinking, the art of purposeful and deep reflection, according to Paul. And next one, we are talking about critical thinking as a use of such cognitive skills and strategies that increase the likelihood of obtaining the desired results, by Diana Halpern's book. Here, Diana Halpern's book is the psychology of critical thinking. We mainly used in this our course. And you can find here the translation to Russian on the right of screen, and 5 aspects that distinguish critical thinking from its other types by cluster. The role of critical thinking, upbringing and dedication, according to you. Here's some recommended literature references. Albert's book, Treatises on Critical Mind, Butinka, Critical Thinking Methods, Theory, Practice, textbook, Method Allones. Volkov's book, Critical Thinking Principles and Sign. This is electronic resource. Zagash and Zayerbeck's book, brilliant book, Critical Thinking Development Technology. This is published in St. Petersburg in Russian. Fedorov, this book, Development of Media of Competence and Critical Thinking of Students of Pedagogical University, is also important. And we'll discuss about task number one, topic, can you change your mindset? What is the thinking? What is the thinking? What is the thinking? What is the thinking of a creative person in art? The topic, can you change your mindset? What is the thinking of creative person in art? Submission form, you see, deadline second week, and here performing the work. It's necessary to consider the problem of the formation of thinking from the standpoint of interdisciplinary methodology, philosophy of logic, philosophy of art, aesthetic, psychology, pedagogy, etc. And you say is a scientific essay on a specific topic, the structure, the main questions. The authors are determined by the students themselves in the process of working on the topic. When performing the work, it's mandatory to present the author's point of view, his own understanding of the problem. Yeah, some literature you can use that, which I mentioned before, and this Bibler thinking art as thinking as a creativity. Eduardo Bono, teach your child to think. Botenka, critical thinking theory practice textbook methodology, which I recommended before. Okay, okay, go ahead. Here, yeah, this is a nice condition to talk about models to generate critical thinking through some questions, topic issue, which is create the description area, for example, what, when, who, where. This is the description, and analyzing specters areas can be covered by the questions why, how, what if, and evaluation, topic issue, what if, so what next? Yeah, this is a model to generate critical thinking through the questions. And the question, what is about this context? What is the context situation? What is the main point, problem, topic to be explored? Where does it take place? And the question, where does it take a place? Where does it take place? Где это произошло? Introductory and background information to contextualize problem topic. And who is generally, who is involved, who is affected, who might be interested. You should be clear and sorrowful, thought, who is. And the question, when does this occur? When does this occur? Когда это происходит? Exploring the relationship parts to how I think it will be helpful to why this argumentary suggestion solution? Why this argumentary suggestion solution? Why not something else? Why did this occur? And why the question was that done? Why was that done? Yeah. And next question can be how. How does one factor affect to another? We should think about. Okay, how the parts fit into the whole. How does it work in theory, in practice, context? Как это работает в теории, на практике, контексте, да? And the next question is, what if? What if these were wrong? Что если бы это было неправильно? Yeah, you should think, yeah, before. What if this were wrong? What if there were a problem, for example? What is What is this or that factor were added, altered, removed? And what are the alternatives? Какие альтернативы, да? What if this or that factor were added, altered, removed? Что если бы тот или иной фактор добавлен? This is a possible situations, responses, and alternative, okay? And I think so. What the question is responsible for? So what I say what? So what am I saying about this? Is it successful, convincing? Why you should to think thorough? Это успешно, убедительно. Почему? You should be thoroughly, yeah, sure about. So what does this mean? Так что же это значит? So what is this point, underlying issue? Implication of this, in what way is this significance, okay? And also last one, implication, solution, conclusions, recommendations, подразумеваемое решение, выводы, рекомендации, etc., okay? То есть все вот, ну и что? Вопрос такой. And what next? What next? Что дальше? What can be learned? What can be learned from it? What can be learned? What can be learned from it? Okay, чему можно научиться из этого? What need doing, considering now? Что нужно сделать, обдумать сейчас? Is it transferable? Можно ли это переделать? Here else could it be applied and how? Где еще это можно применить и как? Okay, it's clear, I hope. And questions for self-control. Please describe the role of critical thinking in art and education, and where we can use the critical thinking in art, in education, and think also about your research topic, where you can use critical thinking, including working on different kind of base information, okay? And yeah, and implementation critical thinking in art and education, and how they role of critical thinking. Second question, what distinguishes critical thinking from ordinary thinking? Yeah, it is important. Критическое мышление. Чем отличается от обыденного? What distinguishes critical thinking from ordinary thinking? Yeah, it's nice. You should be, while you are researchers, you should be accurate to divide and understand your critical thinking from ordinary thinking. Okay, and a little bit additional questions. What is critical thinking? According by professors of different world universities, the ability to reflect skeptically, the ability to think in a reasoned way, Ennis, 1987. Critical analysis involves telling a story about the topic. What are the key themes, arguments, and conclusions? How were they developed? How do the authors in the area agree, disagree with each other? What does the theory in your topic mean for practice? These questions could be helpful for you. Okay, now broadening perception according Eisenstein. Common sense is a collection of prejudice acquired by age 18. It's nice. It's nice expression, and we have to think about the taxonomy of Bloom. This is the levels from low order thinking skills to the high order thinking skills, like remember, understanding, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. And remember, they should be responsible for retrieve, locate, find, recognize, describe, name, list. It's simple information you can fix. Understanding level is interpreting, summarizing, paraphrasing, classifying, comparing, explaining, exemplifying. And applying level is implementation, carrying out, using, executing some approaches in your work, okay, in your understanding. And analyze, compile, organize, deconstruct, outline, integrate, then evaluate, hypothesis, critique, judge, test, detects high levels, evaluate and create high order thinking skills, okay? Create is on top of this, design, plan, invent, yeah? According, on the base of these forms. Okay, introduction. This is divided into main parts. Part 1 will part 2. This essay argues that something that you are according or following. Introducing a new idea, one aspect which illustrates can be identified as linking, developing a new idea. Having established this essay, we'll now next consider introducing, contrasting to evidence which presents the view that an alternative perspective illustrates that. Summing up the paragraph, the evidence highlights that you pointed your own viewpoint. In conclusion, to summarize, these words could be support your your results. To conclude, to summarize, as has been shown, the evidence present has shown that, yeah. And here's some interesting signposting too, is linking words and phrases. You can, for example, some things like to have more ideas, again, furthermore, in addition, this the words in a table could be support and pack what you want. To combine and contrast ideas, you can use alternatively, for example, to provide something, to add more, adding, and the words in the table you can find here, and also as well as moreover to furthermore additionally sequencing what the comparing the combined contrast ideas alternatively, similarly, likewise as with like equality in the same way, etc. They provide something this for this reason, because sequencing this could be helpful first, second, third, finally, next, meanwhile, after, then, subsequently. Also illustrating words, for example, such as, for instance, in the case of as revealed by, illustrated by, cause and effect, you can describe through these words, because, so, therefore, thus, consequently, hence, and qualifying words, through the but, however, although, unless, except, apart from, as long as, if. This is a qualifying, if you remember, according to create and evolution, and high, high order thinking skills. Yeah, I think, and contrasting words, whereas instead of alternatively, otherwise, unlike, on the other hand, conversely, cause and effects could be supported the words because, so, therefore, thus, consequently, hence. And last one, to emphasize something definitely, obviously, inevitably, these words could be helpful for you. For example, also according by the table, above all, emphasizing above all, in particular, especially, significantly, indeed, notably, yeah. Different, okay, reading annotation a text while reading and annotating a text, you should point out as main points, a major piece of evidence, major conclusions, point that are unclear. Point your react strongly to the next to trigger passage. Evaluating information like this um, um, that questions, should I use the information on this website, and according evaluating information from website especially. Here you can find yes, what is what is it directly relevant to my topic? No. It's easy to get distracted while surfing the web. Don't waste time reading irrelevant information. No. Yes. While yes, who is the author indicated? No, don't know. Is it hosted by an organization? No, don't know. If you can identify an author or organization, look elsewhere for information, etc. Okay, you should just meet and use an essay. Okay, can the expert ever be wrong? Yes, there are some questions. Okay, you should be clear and should be sure to be inaccurately and spotting biases. Here, some spotting biases. Yeah. Reading smarter, yeah, should be. You read smarter. What is my proofs in reading this? What else has this author written? Have I read anything similar before? Is it recent? Is it relevant? Based on my prior knowledge, what is the argument likely to be? What are some possible counter-arguments or alternative approaches? Is the methodology appropriate? How and why? These questions should be helpful for you. Description, writing mostly the analytical evaluation, writing mostly, okay, states happened, identify the significance. Okay, please find your own way, these recommendations. Okay, descriptive or critical. Descriptive, we mean when describe some understandings or definitions, yeah, and or critical. We should divide and explore information. Mm, thank you. This lecture number 1 is finished. Thank you and goodbye.